I get weighed down to like with the like, where's this going to be in in next year? Like, am I going to care about all this work I'm putting in? Probably not. And then I just kind of kneecap my enthusiasm before I even get started.
Well, my stuff is usually how long until Steve destroys it all.
So, guys, do we want to get started on this? Do we want to do a little bit of podcasting right now? Which is really, it's just our regular show, except without the video game to distract us.
Yeah, we just chat.
Yeah, exactly. David and I have been recording this morning. We haven't even said hello to you. How are you doing, buddy? How's your day been?
Oh, it's been doing all right. I went out for a small hike thing at French Beach, so that was nice. The rain let up enough for us to enjoy the beach.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah. It socked back in when we got home here, so feel like we had really good timing, as it was like driving rain on our way out there, stopped when we got there, and then started when we got home.
Oh, that's the best. It was hailing here the other day.
Meant to be.
And of course, the reason why I moved back to Australia, the only reason, no other one, the other night there was lightning, and I just opened up my window, laid in bed with all the lights off. David sent a link, and yeah, I just sent that, not sent that. I just listened. I just listened to the boom, 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 boom with the lights.
You know, you could have just moved to Saskatchewan.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah.
There's not kangaroos in Saskatchewan.
No.
Nobody wants to move to Saskatchewan.
You can't get hit by a drop bear in Saskatchewan.
Like that video you sent me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
isn't that good though?
Oh, it's hilarious. What's the name of that guy? I'm sure I've got it somewhere around here. Casually Explained: Dangerous Australian Wildlife Tier List. Hilarious.
F is completely harmless. So anyway,
we're recording, right?
Yeah, of course I'm recording. I started recording before we started doing the music bit.
Oh,
nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's got to have a natural flow into it so that it doesn't.
Yeah. I thought we were like, we're wasting all this stuff already. But we're good.
We're never wasting anything.
Yeah. But
Steve's
first,
always watching.
A word from our sponsor, NordVPN. NordVPN is trying to exploit your data.
Are you tired of getting hacked?
Steve, enough about your sponsor. Now time for my sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I've been playing this game since they started paying me.
And now for my sponsor, Adam and Eve Adult Toys.
I've been a lifetime subscriber to this company.
Yeah. You guys have got me through some tough stuff, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no, our sponsor, as usual, is Patreon. Shout out to our Patreons, all 7 of them. Thank you so much for supporting us. Yeah. So that's our little thing. That's our little ad drop right there. Guys, we've all prepared things to talk about, obviously. David, why don't you start?
I didn't prepare anything, but the sandwich I had today was really good.
That was what is it? Was that, what do you call that? Like a beef dip sandwich?
No, it was like me and my friend usually when we go to.
I think that's some sort of sex thing.
It is a French beef dip, actually.
By the way, sponsored by Adam and Eve Adult Shop.
Fantastic.
This place opened up the street from me just before COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
So, and they are actually doing pretty well. It was really busy and there was nice. Well, not busy, no, but like enough.
Yeah.
But I had like a turkey
post-pandemic busy.
Yeah, it was like a turkey meal, but you like dip it in gravy.
Ooh, oh yes,
like a turkey sandwich. Yeah,
a dip sandwich. Yeah, a dip sandwich is amazing.
Half and half. Yeah.
You have to have a lot of napkins.
Not even. That's why you have a beard. Holds it all.
Actually,
you just wipe it off at the end. Nah.
Speaking about beards, so at work, everybody wears beards, and there's guys who have these big bushy beards, right? And the mask just kind of floats on top of it, and it looks like they've got like some sort of like mold growing out from their mask. Really disconnects the beard from the face.
Really shows the safetiness of masks and how efficient they are, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, most people,
honestly, anything that can like keep your breath from going straight at other people
Yeah.
is a huge benefit because that's essentially how it happens.
I
If
don't
you can
even
get
need
it to go like up and down,
There's-
that's so much better.
right into my
it's
eyes.
better to go into your own eyes.
Yeah, honestly, because if you're infected, I
Yeah.
mean, it's never to protect you from someone else. Like the doctor in the hospital isn't worried about your open wound coughing on him. Like it's to keep him from getting his
If you're
disgusting
open
mouth
wound
stuff
coughing,
into your
you've got a
wound.
big issue.
That's not an open wound.
Looks like you got a coughing wound, sir. That's not good.
I like not having to cover my mouth when I sneeze. I can just
What
Or
you
you don't
do
need
is you remove the mask and then sneeze and then put the mask back on.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh no.
Now I can
I just
especially if
You
it's
look
like
straight
into
at
your
a guy
hand
and sneeze in his face and nothing happens.
you sneeze into your hand and then you sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Hi, I'm David. How's it going?
Yeah.
Offer your hand out. It's like
yeah, even with the
uh,
mask in the way, yeah, you would still have this like reaction of like, no, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
yeah.
No thanks.
All right, Jer, what did
also-
you? Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's also a thing. It's like when you're wearing the mask, you never need to worry about what your breath is like, right? So it's like you put the mask on, it's like, oh God, my breath is horrible.
You know
Oh,
what the
thank
worst
God I
thing
don't
is?
need to worry about that.
What's
You
that?
can feel concerned about that. You pop in gum and you'll forget that it's like menthol gum, and then you're constantly burning your eyes because there's 2 shoots of methane going
God,
right
it
to your
feels
eyes.
like winter all the time now.
That
Someone's
actually
asking
happened.
all the time. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, at work. Yeah, they were handing
Shit,
out.
burning eyes.
I guess I'm too much of a masochist because I kind of like that sensation.
Keeps the take going.
All right, Jer, what do you have for us today? What's on your list?
Well, I've just been making a constant, or just like I'm actually writing it up in a Google document right now on
You're
the
writing it up. Okay.
on the official channel, and it's topic ideas. I've got like childhood, 1 growing up, 2 first video game, 3 school, 4 family vacations, 5 puberty, always an awesome subject. And I'm going through teenage years of 1 living with parents, 2 school, 3 favorite video game, because like as you're a teenager, you're kind of getting grasp of like who you are as a person.
Oh,
So you can actually
yeah.
start to have things like favorites.
Golly, I've been writing things from like the last month.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
let's
current
talk
events
about
is a
the.
big thing. I'm just trying to think of like basic concepts that people can look at a list and be like, yeah, we could talk about that.
We can talk about anything. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going.
Okay, well let's pick one out of the blue here. Let's talk Steve.
Yeah.
What was a favorite family vacation you guys went on when you were younger?
Oh gosh, I don't think any of my family vacations were favorable. Like, oh wait, no. There was a time to Disneyland.
It was internment camps.
Yeah.
It's basically my childhood trip. We're like go live in a forest for a while.
That's true. We did go camping when we were young, but I do remember being, I think, 12 or 14 years old and going to Disneyland. That was like that's just the perfect age when you're old enough to go on any of the rides you want. You can actually like really appreciate the fact that you're there and you don't take it for granted. But you're also young enough that you're not like, wow, this is a whole bunch of commercial bullshit. Like,
It's still naive enough to enjoy.
exactly. The right time of your life to go to Disneyland. Most of my family vacations were all like, let's drive to Alberta, all 8 of us in one van.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been there, man. That's the way we went to Disneyland, actually.
Wait, you went to Alberta?
No, we drove to when we drove. We went to
Jared,
Disneyland once in my life.
That wasn't Disneyland.
That wasn't Disneyland.
that was not
My
very
parents
far.
lied
I'm
to
sorry,
me.
bud. Yeah.
Actually, we drove to Drumheller as well. That was
Oh,
one of my
nice.
favorite trips as a kid because I was absolutely head over heels like in love with dinosaurs.
Yes.
When I was like about 8 to 12, and honestly, it hasn't really gone away. It's
No.
just
Dinosaurs are really
measured with other things.
So why haven't you been playing Ark with me then?
I don't own it.
Dinosaurs, Jared, dinosaurs.
Actually, spending the
Essentially,
money
it's
on it.
just because I'm a carpenter already, and by the time I get home at the end of the day, I don't want to build anything anymore.
Yeah. That's why you have me. I like building things.
Well, that's why we have JM, is because he likes to go in, like, like in Grounded right now. He's gone and he's built that base. Like, I don't have the time, or sorry, the attention span to do it myself, but I'm really happy that somebody has done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JM is a machine.
Yes.
He
With
is.
games like that, it's insane just how much he gets into it. I mean, huge respect for that, because like I get weighed down to like with the like, where's this going to be in next year? Like, am I going to care about all this work I'm putting in? Probably not. And then I just kind of kneacap my enthusiasm before I even get
gosh.
started.
Well, my stuff is usually how long until Steve destroys it all.
That is a very real question that needs to be thoroughly discussed.
Yeah. Hey,
It's a
Steve,
problem,
I finally
man.
got a pterodon. Yeah, I killed it accidentally. Sorry. Took 4 hours to tame that. Yeah.
I wish
I
that
wanted to
wasn't
go
the
talk to
truth.
some raptors.
Steve's
Yeah.
like, hey, cool. And you're into it.
Yeah, pretty much. Flew into like 4 raptors and a T-Rex.
Well, I remember I was
Like,
I was taking one of
delivery.
your pterodons, and it just like ran out of energy, but it was like in the air, and then I couldn't get off of it, so I ended up like falling, and it was still stuck in the air, like so high up that we couldn't get to it. We couldn't like whistle to it. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
I was actually going to mention JM is not here with us today because of a bit of a scheduling error on my part. I looked straight at that schedule. I saw he was working, and I just went, "Oh yeah, we're all
Yeah,
here.
that'll do.
We'll all be fine for the podcast." So
3:30 to 11:30. Ah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah.
yeah, but hopefully we'll be able to make make it in, get him in for the next one. I just noticed that all of our time is basically being taken up by streaming or recording, and I wanted to get at least the first one done for us, because this is going to be pop it out,
Yeah.
easy,
Pop it out. Get
Pop
some
it out, lock it
flash
out.
footage. Boom,
Yep.
boom.
high fiber, exactly.
High fiber. Yeah.
So I wanted to come up with a couple things that, as I said, were current. You guys watch The Mandalorian.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
love that show.
Season 2 is coming out.
So excited for it. I really need to get Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Finally, a Star Wars that's good.
especially considering the absolute storytelling flop of the last 3 episodes of Star Wars. It is
Oh my God.
fantastic.
Well, did you hear what Daisy Ridley was saying?
No, go for it.
They didn't know the ending halfway through the filming.
Oh man, that's like
That doesn't surprise me, considering like how tightly clamped down they are on like all public relations stuff. They're
Yeah.
trying to
So-
keep the plot events so tied down, because like there's so much heat on these sorts of things.
Yeah. So she was kind of pissed off because she's like, where do I go with this character? And you can't go anywhere because they haven't finished the story of it.
Yeah,
that's Game
you
of
can't,
Thrones level failure.
You can't do
Yeah.
your work.
Well, it's
Essentially,
a
you
bunch of
can't.
people who like, instead of being, I'm tired of writing this. I'm going to pass it off to someone who loves it. They're like, I'm tired of writing this, but screw it. I'm just going to finish it off.
I'm getting
I'm not gonna do it
paid.
anymore now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really feel like there was a bit of a squandered opportunity, but I'm such a enthusiastic fan that it's like, if it's Star Wars, it's like, it's pretty good in my book. Like I like the prequels for what they were. I like the sequels for what they were. I like the original trilogy a lot because I grew up with it, and I'm horribly biased. I didn't grow up with the Christmas special, and I feel like that's the thing to show everyone when they get too high and mighty about Star Wars really going downhill.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, if you sit through that, your perspective on Star Wars will change.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Get a coked out Carrie Fisher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Singing.
this is where
Everyone,
you
like it was such a nightmare from start to finish.
this is where you see
least
this
that
is a
story, though.
marketable item that they're selling to you. Like that's all Star Wars is they knew
Yeah.
right from the beginning, toys, play sets, McDonald's,
is-
everything.
A friend of mine, when I was
New
going
stuff, they're not
to
even
high
selling
school,
clothes.
What's that,
a
David?
friend of mine when go ahead, yep.
With the new stuff, like these new movies, the toys aren't even selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, physical stuff is plummeting in popularity because no one has room for it.
Well, it's not
Hmm.
bad. It's just that they didn't have any good characters really. Like Kylo
Well-
Ren is pretty cool. Like, who wants a figure of Snoke? That's creepy.
They stepped on pretty much all character development by essentially like going completely hard left after the second movie.
Yeah.
Because like they had a decent build up with the second movie, whether you like it or not, in terms of like their character development.
And the reason why the rebellion failed was because of really bad leadership. Like,
yeah,
what's our plan?
pretty much.
We go until we run out of fuel. You mean we have multiple ships? They can't jump in different directions and save half of the people? No.
Yeah,
No, it's because
Okay.
but like,
you can't fight the thing you hate. You need to save the thing you love.
Everyone
Duh.
needs to die to save things. Okay.
Yeah. but like, you know, characters really do get wonderfully flushed out through adversity like that, and that was honestly happening in that movie. Like the newer characters were getting room for their characters to grow, but then they immediately turned the whole flow of the story in a completely different direction, and then again they didn't tell the actors what their characters were doing, so they couldn't like work on like nuances and like ways of holding themselves and doing things that would lead into how their characters are feeling and behaving, really, because no one had any idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Speaking about progression.
I'm so lost with Finn too. He would have been so cool if they.
Oh, he went nowhere.
Oh man, he had a pretty decent. I mean, there was like that love interest kind of thing, but not really with
Well, the
Ray.
problem is they wanted Chinese markets, and Chinese people in China they don't like black people, so
Oh gosh.
they put him on the sideline because his
Yeah.
character's freaking awesome. An ex-stormtrooper that was like abducted as a kid. Like, holy crap, that's cool.
Especially, you know,
And
the
you
way
could be a Jedi. Like, what?
Yeah.
And
in
then
the
all of a
very
sudden he's
beginning
like, oh,
of
you're comic relief, and actually you weren't a stormtrooper, you were a janitor. And you're like,
yeah. And the
What?
subtlety of like layering in the trauma of what they were doing at the beginning with his character as to
Yeah,
like
that
why
was-
he left. That
that
was
was beautifully
expertly
done.
done.
mm-hmm.
Because like there's a especially when you're looking in things like Rogue One or playing what's it called Fallen Order, you can really get some sense of the like how bad the Empire is, like
Yeah.
just foreclosing a planet and shipping everyone off to work camps just because they want something on the planet. Like,
Or they just
It's-
didn't want anything anymore. They needed someone to break down the ships, so they took a shipyard and turned them into scrappers.
yeah, it's
Like,
just
all
it's
these-
amazingly like just totalitarian control over everything, and it gives you a sense of how horrible that actually is with little moments like that.
Yeah.
So
It's not
to
just
bring
about Sith and Jedi.
To bring it back to the Mandalorian here, I did want to mention one of the things I'm really excited is in season 2 they're going to be bringing Baby Yoda back to the planet
Nice.
of where he came from. So this is a huge mystery in my knowledge of like
Yeah,
the
no one knows
planet
what
of the
Yoda
Yodas.
is or
No
where
one
he's
knows.
from.
Yeah, no one knows what race Yoda is, where he's from, like nothing other than that's why it's Baby Yoda all the time because no one knows what else to call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's a Yoda. He's a Yoda.
Well, there was
Baby
Yonda or
Yoda.
something like that, right? In the prequels, there were other Yodels.
Were there?
Yeah,
I honestly don't remember anymore.
there was. Yonda was on the Jedi Council, so she was Jedi Master, and then
That's it.
in
Got to rewatch them.
yeah, this is the old movies. But in the what's the other one? The Old Republic, the game. One of the masters you talk to is a Yoda as well. It's one of those
Ah.
guys.
I haven't played that in forever. Okay, let's change up the topic a little bit. Games you kind of want to play but never see yourself buying. I'm just going to throw these out. Train simulator, farm simulator, and trucking simulators.
You're missing out, sir.
Probably.
I love things like that, but
Oh,
also
so
like
relaxing.
I'm also quickly swept up in like dramatization stuff. Again, I
Yes.
kind of kneecap my will I appreciate this work in the future kind of thing and ruin it for myself, despite how much I would enjoy it if I played it.
Yeah, just like you were saying before, I love watching other YouTubers. Like there's this gold mining simulator I loved watching, and it's just like, okay, let's hook up these things together, and I'm gonna pour this pile of dirt in this thing, and out comes a little bit more refined, and I'll pour it over here, and oh, this is fun. I want to play it, but I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David,
It's
what?
relaxed enough that you kind of just want to sit back and watch someone else do it.
Yeah.
It's like that's even more relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Condensed. It's condensed. David, do you have any games that are like that for you?
Games I wish I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Just like usually one of those ones that Jared plays, like Apex Legends. I wish I enjoyed those. like the arena style. But
Yeah.
I just can't play them. I don't know why.
They're very, very repetitive. Like,
Yeah.
that was something I hit a wall with. What's it called? What's the name of that stupid MOBA? It's the one with the Riot Games.
Oh gosh, Riot Games exists. You're not talking about Borderlands, are you? No.
No.
I'm gonna look this up now.
Well,
God,
Jared, now
can't believe I don't
I'm,
remember it.
I'm playing what is it, War Thunder?
League of
You ever
Legends.
played that?
Yeah,
No.
League of Legends.
There's another one like that too. There's like a whole bunch of them came out.
Yeah. There's Dota and Dota 2 as well. But I really like those games. But
Yeah.
they're horribly repetitive because there's even less than something like Apex or one of the shooters. Like there's even less variety in what can happen because everything is so tightly controlled and fervently min-maxed by everyone who plays it that it's just like it feels so by the numbers.
It's not
like,
a relaxing
oh, good, this
game.
is starting again.
Well,
Well,
I'm not a big thing of like teaming up with randos. That's a big
Yeah.
thing I don't like doing. Like I don't mind it in Battlefield. I love it. I love Battlefield. I can go off and do my own shit in Battlefield, right?
Yeah.
But-
Battlefield's great for just like it's one ups the variety
Yeah.
because like battles can go so different with the like destructible buildings, the heavy armor, planes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like it's all wild cards in terms of how a map is going to play out because everything could be completely different on the exact same map half an hour from now.
Very true.
Mhm.
Very true. Whereas, yeah, with like League of Legends or even Apex, it's the same map over and over and over again. People essentially depend on that consistency so they can min max.
Yeah.
I personally like Apex for the variety in it because like all the legends have different abilities and it's random where you can drop because the ship flying over can be going pretty much anywhere, and what weapons are where and who lands where are all very random. So
like
there's
that.
all
There's
that like what's going to happen, like am I even going to be able to get a gun before I get shot?
Yeah,
That-
there is
I like
variety.
that
in that
variety.
Sense,
It
Yeah.
keeps it interesting.
Okay, so Jer, what's the game that sticks out for you? What's the kind of game that sticks out for you that you want to play but
Fighting games, honestly. I loved playing fighting games when I was a teenager. Like I really liked
Street Fighter?
combat games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I got really good at them. I knew Killer Instinct inside and out, but I can never bring myself to bother anymore because I just hit that wall of sameness.
Yeah, talk
I
about
need that-
repetition. Yeah.
I'm a big adventure exploration kind of gamer. So I need that variety. I need that exploration. And the fighting games just can't do that for me anymore. I really like fighting games that have that element of territory involvement.
Yeah.
Like For Honor, I would classify as a fighting game with territory involvement.
Right. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I like games in the same way that the survival kind of falls in that. If I do this, then I can do that. And that's sort of you're kind of chasing it's essentially like a tree, because it's I'll unlock this, then I'll unlock that, then I'll unlock that, and that's a lot of what, of course, we play is those kind of survival games.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like building stuff.
Yeah, feeling accomplishment for doing something is really nice. That's something I feel like is missing out of Generation Zero. I really feel like it could do well with some amount of like extra crafting and base building kind of thing, and have more like a large open map that you range out of your own accord,
Yeah. Like
and enemies kind of wander through in herds, essentially.
Okay. What else we got going on right now? I've got the new Stream Deck, which has been really, pushing my ability to do new things on the stream.
Pushing my ability to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But I'm liking that so far. It seems interesting. You can pop everything on when needed, right?
Everything I've seen on those things is like it's a solid investment if you game on a computer.
Yes.
Because like they can do anything. Like I've seen people with all their like Elite Dangerous stuff laid out in it, and it looks like just a fantastic idea. It's like that button says landing gear.
Yes, that's
pretty
absolutely
kinda
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can have that button have a different appearance for active and inactive. So like
Yeah.
and you can set it up. Like I have I've got the microphone and speaker buttons, and that puts a big X through them when they're turned off. I had to make that image, but regardless, I did, and it works and it looks good. I can look down like, oh yeah, my microphone's off. I know that. And then yeah, you can set it to do any set of like text, like control plus enter whatever, if you've got a macro set up. You can have it launch applications. So I've got a button, I push that and all of my applications come up for streaming. All of my websites come up. So like having Patreon pop up happens when I push the Patreon button, and it flips to the Patreon screen, as well as bringing up the Patreon page for me. It's fantastic, man. It's really changed the game for us.
Yeah.
It seems to be just an ease of access tool.
Exactly. And especially when you're there and you're trying to do things that look really cool, not having to sort of fudge around and, I pushed the wrong button because I'm using a mouse to do all this stuff. And not to mention like the little effects, like the explosion. I'm just starting to play with those. But those can really bring a stream to life rather than just some guy down in the corner who's playing a game, controller in hand, just, hey guys, how's it going?
My name's Darren.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna eat Cheetos on live stream for 20 minutes and then talk about my dog.
Yeah.
Check out my OnlyFans.
Hey, this is my tutorial for whatever. So I'm gonna spend 20 minutes saying how my day went.
Oh my god, that's what motivated us to get into the Elite
Exactly.
Dangerous stuff. Like,
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Like, I remember trying to look up a tutorial on mining, and it was like an hour and a half long, and I'm watching it for the first 5 minutes, and he's getting nowhere. I skip ahead, and he's still in the hangar talking about his ship and random things about it.
Yeah,
It's like,
because of min
I
maxing.
just want to know how to mine.
Tell me about the
Like
mining.
the first time I wanted to, it's like, mining's a thing. I can try mining.
Yeah.
So, I get a refinery, and I like cargo racks and stuff like that, and then I fly off, and then I fly to a metal planet, and then floating outside of it, and I'm like, now what? I had no idea that it was like that it was rings that you were harvesting stuff from. Like, there was nothing involved in that, and it was like I skip ahead to like an hour and 15 minutes into this hour and 30-minute video, and he's finally flying to where he's going to start mining.
Oh my god.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
And it's like a 5-minute journey that he records in real time.
Yeah, it's
No
so
edits.
stupid.
Yeah. Not that we've ever done that before. We've never just, streamed a journey of us going from one place to another. No, not us.
Welcome back to the live stream of coding the inchworm up the.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of that, unfortunately, but oh well. Actually, funny enough, it's funny you talk about like all this detail about the ship, because we actually have had comments where people are like, you haven't put enough detail into it. Like, what about engineering mods? And it's like, well, that's a big video. That's a very big video. So
Yeah,
no,
I'm kidding. Especially with all the variety that you can talk about, it's insane.
Yeah.
Just like talking about the basics of this goddamn game. Like, I had to spend iron out, I even had to do, like you were saying, Steve, before, I had to iron out that movement controls, because I was talking about the fact that there's a jetpack and dampeners, and it's like, it's all into movement, so I got to talk about the regular movement controls versus the flight movement controls, and it's just
yeah, which
it's
acts
just
differently.
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, we did, what was it? We did 2 videos for Hellion that were about the 2 different forms of movement, moving around the station as well as piloting things like that.
Yeah.
That was 2
There's
videos
so much work
just on motion.
There's so much work I do that doesn't see the light of day, too, because it falls apart at some later point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had an
Hellion
update
guy.
and they got rid of all that stuff. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Oh,
like,
great."
no. And, yeah, I wrote a solid 15-minute video for fleet carriers, and we didn't get it done in time before the fleet carriers came out.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
then
like,
weren't a thing
well,
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like a bunch of stuff changed because they modded them immediately after, and it's like, great, there's like 3 hours or 4 hours of my life down the drain.
This is where it's important to have connections who can send you the information, and then you release the videos beforehand. If only we could have that kind of resource.
Only we were Obsidian Ant.
Yeah,
Hello,
no kidding.
guys and gals. This is Obsidian Ant. Today we're going to
to Elite Dangerous.
Today we're just going to listen to my voice for like 5 hours.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It is. Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. He can talk and talk and talk. He just puts up like I've watched so many of his videos. He just reuses his footage over and over and over again.
Yeah,
like I'm
That
not
doesn't
even.
surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm not even watching. Just put it on.
I'm not even mad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just doing a bit of a scan through our comments right now. If there was anything interesting to say, I do see a lot of people saying for like our best mining ships. There's like people who will say things like, "This is a great video, amazing. I never saw it from that point of view." And then other people will be like, "This is a terrible video because you didn't, highlight the ship that I use," or "I disagree.
well,
the Clipper sucks."
Yeah, that's exactly it. I knew we were getting into that territory by ranking things or listing things or not ranking other things is probably more of it.
Yeah.
Just
It's
say
choosing something.
every ship can be a miner.
Offering an opinion
Yeah. It just depends.
is it's inviting everyone to go no, or at least
Well,
the
that's
people
like
who
an
disagree.
explorer. Like, what's the best explorer? In my opinion, it's my ship, which is that Anaconda, which is not the Anaconda. What's the one? The Mamba, which is beautiful, but jumped like two systems.
Nobody understands. The Sidewinder is the best ship in the game, bar none.
I need the hauler straight up. Like that is my ship of choice.
Yeah.
Actually, the hauler doesn't make a bad like ultra low budget exploration ship. It's got
What's
a
the
decent
other
jump range
one?
on it.
I went exploring with it, Steve. Remember?
What's the other one you went exploring with?
Well, the first time we went to the Nebula,
that was
I was in something.
Oh, geez, because I had a keel back, and
the one up from the hauler.
Oh,
the Adder.
The Adder, yeah.
No. Yeah, it's the Adder, yeah. That one was fun.
That's essentially a space van.
Yeah, but it was a good explorer. Like it did well.
It's not bad. It does a far better jump range than I would expect, and it's got decent carrying capacity, so you can get everything you need in there easily for a reasonably long exploration trip.
Yeah, actually, another one I went exploring with that was kind of unorthodox was the keelback military version.
And
that
just because it's fun.
That one. And it had a hangar for a fighter, so if you wanted to go flying down canyons you could just pop out, go in a hangar. Right?
I think it was on a stream. I went flying or something. I went flying. I'm like showing off, like flying around in canyons, and then I'm about to go back, and I just ruined it off the side of a mountain. Yeah,
that's wicked.
Exactly, hilarious. All right, Jer, what else do you have on your list? You got some stuff you've written down.
I've been growing it now. Actually, I've gotten through adulthood, and I'm on to current day because I can do this apparently while we're talking.
Wow.
So teenage years, we've got living with parents, school, favorite video games, music tastes, and graduating. Adulthood, we've got moving out.
This is a real biography on us, isn't it?
Well, this is like it's categories we can talk about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like we don't even need to completely explore like a specific subject. We just need to talk about it for a bit, and then we can move on to something else, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Moving on.
Adulthood, we've got moving out, looking after yourself, driving / getting a car, responsibilities, new freedoms, living in an apartment versus a house, traveling as an adult. Current day, we've got YouTube, game news, and tech news, and that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Nice. Wow, that's all you've gotten so far.
Jeez, Jared, come on, get to work.
Slacking, I know.
Yeah, underachiever. That's right. You know what? This is the first one, right? We're just throwing it out there, and it's obvious that all three of us can just talk nonstop.
Oh yeah, no,
we
no
don't even
question.
need prompting.
The trick is getting two of us to stop talking so that the other person can talk.
Yeah, sorry, David. Really sorry.
What?
I'm working on that, though. I'm working on that as a skill to shut up.
That's why people like you, because you won't shut up.
Yeah, you do the good YouTubes by not being able to stop talking. That's something I am incredibly envious of, to be honest, because I usually can't like talk to myself. Okay. I had that beaten out of me when I was younger.
Here's the thing, though. Aside of not being beaten as a child,
well, not literally, but yeah.
So whenever I do these solo videos, like I've just released the symmetry video to the Patreon, soon to be on the YouTube channel. If it's not already, I don't know when we're going to be releasing this guy in relation. But I'll be honest, like when I'm editing it, it needs to be edited down because I will talk in like this monotone voice for 3/4 of it about just what I'm doing. Like, okay, I'm moving this over here. Oh, that guy needs to have some food. All right, you go get some lumber. And it's just like, like nothing's funny. I alone am not funny. I need you guys.
Steve, boring myself. Steve's my friend.
That's why we all need to work together on this sort of thing, because I don't think any one of us has the Jacksepticeye kind of thing going on where you can just yammer all the way out of yourself, you boys. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. The cocaine energy level.
Yeah, it's that Irish.
Not that he has cocaine. I'm just saying,
that Irishman who doesn't drink kind of energy level. You don't have that constant depressing on your energy levels that generations have built.
All the nuns waiting outside to hit you with a shillelagh.
Yeah.
You come out here, Jacksepticeye. You come out here right now.
I've got a baby, a wife, a mother-in-law in the house. I would like to have that energy, but when I'm in front of okay, when we stream, sometimes we get there. But in order to have that constant, like, boiling over volcano of energy, like, oh, what's that? Oh my gosh! Wow, this is the most exciting, like, menu I've ever been in. I can't do it. It's just like I'm gonna hurt someone's feelings.
What is that? Options? There's audio in here. Oh my god.
They give you choices.
Honestly, I would be probably a lot more enthusiastic and animated if I wasn't living in an apartment.
Yeah.
Because I'm super paranoid about making too much noise and pissing off my neighbors.
Yeah, you've literally got people who you can hear through your paper thin walls, and they will hear you.
Honestly, the sound dampening in this place is pretty good. But still, I was living in a place where it really, really wasn't, and I could hear people quietly talking to each other in the apartment below me. It's like, wow, I can't do anything without anyone hearing me.
You just get your bowl of popcorn and lay on the ground and just listen.
With the reinforcement of having your own structure with outdoors around you, it's like, yeah, I can kind of do my own thing here.
I just imagine
people.
I can just imagine you're just sitting there really quiet. You're just listening, and all you can hear just little voices going like, "What's he doing? I don't know. I think he's listening. Do you think he can hear us? No, we're whispering. He won't hear us."
You hear a turn.
Where's the hole?
I think I hear him eating popcorn.
That building was kind of in rough shape. It was a cheapy apartment building that was built in the 60s, and it was all starting to go down. There was pigeons living in the vent kind of thing. Is really really sketch.
Actually, a true story. There was one time I was home when I did live in an apartment a long time ago. I was home and I went to the bathroom. I was alone, so I knew that there was no one else around. I'm hearing this weird noise. So I finish up my business, flush and all that, wash my hands, of course. And I put my ear to the ground and I listened, and I could hear in the apartment downstairs, somebody in the bathroom, because of course they're all aligned, going like, "Let me out! Let me out! Come on!" And then slam, 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 as they're obviously kicking the door. And I'm just like, okay, should I call the police? Is this something I should be involved in?
Is this policeable? Is that legal?
Yeah. Can I ignore this and still feel like I'm, not a bad person?
Can I ignore this and sleep at night?
The answer to that question? Yes. Yes, I can.
Yes, actually.
I did.
Turns out just fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
sleep I ever had.
Yeah, everything turned out fine. I mean, we've got downstairs neighbors. They would have had downstairs neighbors from them who called the cops. Surely.
Downstairs neighbors with downstairs problems.
We all have problems downstairs sometimes, David.
Heyo.
I'm not that old yet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. No, that's a blast from the past. Okay, enough toilet humor.
Yes, toilet.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got coming up? So we've got we're back to doing recordings. We are truly into recording things. I've done my video. David and I just today recorded Hard Space. Hopefully the audio on that doesn't sound so horrible that we just decide to throw it out. We probably won't. Everyone will just see what we did.
We'll see how bad it is.
Jer's,
Look at what you did.
Just go back to streams, guys. Yeah.
Jer's working on the tutorials for space engineers. Like, we're going back in that direction. I'm feeling really optimistic about it.
Yeah, I think so as well. I do like the inclusion of like just doing these chill sessions as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're easy.
I guess we want to make it a video. We could just have someone quietly playing a game, and then we'll just like put that on while we're all yammering.
Well, that's exactly
not playing a game right now.
Well, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing. It's exactly what Neebs Gaming does. They just put on a couple of their most recent videos and have those play in the foreground.
Yeah.
So I mean that, like, I'm still capturing my video, and I've got you guys above me, just with your images showing. But I mean, like, I'm just grabbing that just in case I decide to use it, because if you don't have it, you can't go back and get it.
Yeah, because like I could also just like record some of my personal play sessions with like Apex or like Hentai Story or.
Well, yeah, and you know, and you can edit and censor those up. You know?
Or like I have Abzu, I have we all have the Forest. There's Half-Life stuff that I've been considering going through again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, David's told me for the longest time, it's like, if you're gonna play a game, you might as well record it. And especially where we are in the channel, I would absolutely love to be doing that if it weren't for the fact that when I'm playing the game, we're either already recording it or we're streaming it. And there's nothing else now.
Yeah.
Or it's
the games I've been playing lately, I don't think are well, I guess they could be. Have you guys ever played Duskers?
Yes, absolutely. You introduced me to it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, love that game. It's terrifying, but I've been playing that lately, and I just don't know what to do with it.
Well, you know what?
Really good game, but
you record it. You record your voiceover with it, and then you throw it into the editing booth. And you know, it's always the same. You start by going from one end to the other. You delete the parts that are boring. You keep the parts that are good, and then you go back to the beginning, and then you do it again, and then you go back, and now you start like zooming in and you know, highlighting pieces and trying to cut together a story. That's just how it goes. The story will come out itself, and Duskers, I think, really lends itself to some fantastic video. And I think I would absolutely love to watch a video that you've made of playing Duskers, no camera, just your voiceover.
Yeah.
So
what me and my friend were talking about was making a Duskers machine.
Like, how so?
Like an arcade.
Oh,
but
dude!
You have a small PC that just plays Duskers, and then you kind of make it look like Aliens or something like that.
That would be
like
awesome.
An old crappy keyboard. Yeah. Try and split up the screens, but
yeah, and
like,
of course
that's what I like to plan to do, but then never end up doing it.
That's a big project, man. Like considering how much effort it takes.
Before, which was really fun. Like when I moved out the first time, me and my friend bought an arcade, like an old Donkey Kong.
An arcade booth, not like an arcade, like Johnny Z's.
An actual machine. It was an actual Johnny Z's one.
Oh, okay. But I'm talking like you didn't get Johnny Z's. Like you weren't like, I'm renting this place. Yeah.
We had the Donkey Kong shell. So it had the buttons and the joysticks. And then we had a computer, and we just popped the computer in there, bought some stuff to convert the inputs to the joy buttons. We could play. And then we downloaded all these like weird Japanese games and played them all, and it was pretty fun. But then the computer broke, and we never got into it again. And yeah.
Well, it still sounds fun. Still sounds fun.
It was great.
But yeah, that, I mean, like Duskers is a great game for context here. Duskers is a game where you're controlling from a console three to four robots or something like that. I haven't played that much, but they're four robots. They're sent over in a little pod to attach to a derelict ship, and you have to send them in and check the place out. Sometimes there's things that are malicious. Sometimes you have to like open up different sections, and the game progresses from there. But you only see this top down, which is essentially like a scanner version of what they see.
So it's like, think of like old 80s sci-fi tech.
Yeah.
It's that.
Like the alien scanner, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you can control them with like WASD when you go down, but that just moves them.
Yeah. You
Like,
can
if
also
you want
tell them
them
to do things. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're controlling them and you want them to like, what is it? Start a generator. You have to actually hit enter, type in generator.
You have to type it out. Yeah. You have to say, okay, robot 4, generator room 1 or whatever. Yeah. And that is fantastic. And yeah,
it's terrifying when you come up to you open up a door, you send your guy through, and there's a monster, and you back him out, and then you try and close the door, D12, and you hit D21. You're like, no, D21, and the monster gets through and kills all your guys, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, because you can't see them. There's no like animation for a monster. There's just sensor readings that tell you that there's motion, and that is scary.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you'll be sitting there and checking doors, and you need to hook up a generator to unlock all these doors, and all of a sudden it's like, door D11 is being attacked, and you're like, what? But that's right there.
I think you should go ahead.
It's an investigation game too. Like, I think you're the only person left in the galaxy or whatever, and you're trying to figure out what happened.
Oh man, I don't even remember that part.
There's like no people, so you're just trying to figure out what the heck went wrong.
Okay, yeah, I'd really like to see more videos from your side, David, because like people have been watching Jer and I for so long. It would be really nice to add in your flair and JM when he eventually gets his computer, because we're gonna have we have people on the channel who like min-maxers, who like seeing the nitty-gritty of games, and you David are fantastic with finding these cheaper price games, that are really fun.
I like the guys I like they usually come from big studios, and they just want to make a game they wanted to always make.
Yeah.
So that's like Neo Scavenger's another one. It's minimal graphics, but the gameplay is like really well done.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, yeah. If you wanna hit record, do it.
All
Speaking about recording, guys, we are at 52 minutes here. Did we want to wrap it up for the day and move on?
I think that's lives? Good for a first shot for our.
You mean we're not going to do 2 hours?
I got places to be, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got a life.
Maybe when this is paying the bills, I will be happy to sit for 2 hours and just chat.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is like either you got things you need to do that you didn't do before because you were paying the bills, or you got to go pay the bills.
Yeah,
that's the downhoods of adult life.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we are at 1,462 subscribers as of this moment.
Ooh, climbing.
That is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we're on our way to 1,500.
No dramas, guys. Remember that. No dramas. That's a lot of guys with drama. Steve said that. Jared said that. Steve said.
Oh God!
Oh wow!
I can't even begin to think of how difficult that would be to make it look even vaguely serious for us.
Yeah, that's your new job, Jared, is to write us scripts, please.
Yeah, do the Days of Our Lives script for our channel. Yeah, I'm getting right on that. That's totally gonna happen.
Pull a Spike TV kind of like live
TMZ
action
style.
show. Yeah. Like it's West Coast Choppers or whatever those shows are. Yeah.
Or we could go with the tried and true JM.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on our first Nerd Word podcast. Don't forget to check out NordVPN if you want all your information stolen by some Chinese company. No, patreon.com/New Level Nerds. Get access to our private blog, our behind the scenes videos, get notifications when we're pre-releasing videos so that you can see them early, all that good stuff, and support the nerds because we want to actually do this for a job because
for real, not for play.
Exactly.
That would be cool. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have a lot more room to put a lot more work into doing this sort of stuff because it is a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, yeah. Gosh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.